Hello YouTube, Slacker Stacker here, and tonight I have a very special piece to show you. I think you all know my friend the Bear, part of Metals Mafia, and I think you're familiar with his very nice, intricate pours. Every pour I've ever seen from the man has just come out to be just perfect. He does a lot of the Star Wars stuff. He does Lucille the Bat, the Death Axe, and many others. But Bear likes to think outside of the box. He likes to experiment. And he does take suggestions, like Silver Vessel, also of Metals Mafia, suggested the Bear to pour into dry pasta, and he did, and it came out in like a crystalline form when all the pasta was cleaned off. And it looked like something like the Fortress of Solitude from the movie Superman. Well, Bear carried it another step further. He cooked the pasta and drained it, put it in a bowl, and kept it in the refrigerator and let it cool most of the day. And then right before he shot it live on the Metals Mafia stream on Saturdays, which usually show 9 o'clock Central Time on Saturday evening, he put it in the freezer to really cool off that the pasta, so the silver would cool quickly once it hit it. And here is the result. And I don't have it centered up, but here it is here. And this is a prototype, even though he stamps it as his very first pour, and it is the very first one, and he poured it live. I'm going to take it out of the plastic for you, and like I said, a very special piece. And actually, this was a gift. They knew, God, look at that thing. They knew how much I loved that pasta pour and how badly I wanted it, but Bear has very little time. He's just an extremely busy man. And when he decided he was going to do this live on one of our streams, Silver Vessel was the one who said, give it to Slacker, I'll cover it. And Vessel, I just can't thank you enough, man. I really appreciate that. I mean, because this means a lot. But look at this, guys. I mean, when he poured it in, it kind of settled in the center of the cup. And it was just a simple plastic cup. But if you look at the detail in that, it actually took the form of the pasta noodles as it cooled. There's so many channels and little holes of where that pasta was. And it's kind of like looking at the clouds. I mean, there's no angle that you can come at it with without seeing different things. I mean, like, this part right here looks like the chin of the dragon, and the spikes at the top of the head with the eye right there. To me, anyway, looking through the viewfinder, it looks kind of like a dragon head right there. But you turn it, and it can look like something completely different. It looks like a little man sitting there with his arms this way. Here's his head. But you can make anything out of it from every angle that you look at it, and it not only just standing it up like this. See, this looks like the back of a guy's arm, the back of his head. Looks like he's pulling on something. You know, almost like a spirit where he trails down from the ground or something. But you can look at it like this too. And see, there's more shapes in there that can resemble different things. It's up to the imagination. But it is a beautiful piece, and I am just so happy to get this and honored that it's one of Bear's very first pieces of this kind, and such a really gracious gift from Silver Vessel. I mean, it won't be forgotten, brother. I mean, like I said, I can't thank you enough for that. But it weighs 4 ounces dead on. So it's 4 ounces of pure 999 silver. Now, he couldn't stamp it because the surface is too irregular, and you can see that some of these extensions just wouldn't bear the weight of being struck with a hammer. But very cool piece. Definitely a gem of the collection. Very special. Won't be getting rid of this. In fact, I like it so much. And here's Bear's COA for it. Cold spaghetti pour is what he's calling it. It's 4 ounces Troy, signed the Bear. And it's out of the 999 silver. But I like it so much that I want to keep this thing in a special case. So I went and got a special case for it. I'm going to try to get that over here. So what I can do is I can take this beautiful piece, and I can set it up, you know, in different ways to display it. I could lay it down or set it up right. and then put this piece back on top of it to keep things off of it and display it properly. So again, Bear, just awesome work. I love it when you think outside of the box. You just never know what you're going to get when you try new mediums of pouring in new mediums, and this one really turned out great. He also did a pour on raw popcorn kernels. He just put them in a bucket, poured the silver in it, and it turned out like a huge nugget with all these little channels and holes. I know that sounds similar to this pour, but it's really not. If you could see it, I mean, it's totally different, but the level of awesomeness is comparable to this. I mean, just a beautiful piece. Now, Silver Vessel actually has that piece, and I'm sure you can probably catch him. Maybe if he'll do a YouTube video, or I know you can catch him on Steam It. I know he's put that piece on Steam It in a post. But just really cool work. It's always fun to see Bear trying new things, and it always turns out cool when he does. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and stack on, my friends.